churches, 10% of the people do 90% of the work. I did some checking, and probably in our church, the amount of people who are actually serving in some capacity is right a little above 68%. Wow. Amen? And that's why I think we have such a great church, because there's so many people involved in ministry. So I'd like to welcome you to this special banquet tonight so that we can honor you. One of the things we like to do here is to stay on the cutting edge of technology. We want to grow in our service as well as other things that we do. And so I saw something recently while I was away somewhere, and I thought, you know what? Our church needs that. And so I went to great lengths to acquire the technology so I could borrow it for tonight. And I'm just so excited to show it to you that, wait a minute, it'd be better if I showed you rather than told you what it was all about. And to do that, I guess it'd be better I need a volunteer. Wait a minute, a volunteer at a volunteer banquet. That's pretty good. All right, so I need a volunteer to help me out with this, all right?
Need a volunteer?
Yes, I do. Just come right on up. Here you go. Just have a seat right over here, ma'am.
Right here?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, y'all. I think I may be overdressed. I heard it was a banquet. I got all dressed up. Y'all look mighty nice. Do I talk in this here microphone?
Yes,
Low out there in radio land. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, we're so glad to have you.
Thank you.
By the way, my name is Mr. Henderson.
Okay.
And we're glad to have you here tonight. Let me ask you something. I want to thank you for helping us with our volunteer banquet. What is your name?
Oh, my name is Mrs. Cushion.
Mrs. Cushion?
Yeah.
Oh, then you're married.
I am. My husband's name is Percy. You ever hear of him, Mr. Henderson?
Henderson,
Oh,
isn't
whatever.
it?
I'm sorry. I'm bad on names. Percy?
No, never heard of Percy.
He gets around. You ever hear of
Percy.
persecution?
Persecution, yeah.
Some of them heard of him.
All right. And where are you from, Miss Cushion?
Oh, I'm from a little town in South Carolina called Happy Bottom. Happy Bottom.
Kind of goes together, doesn't
You
it?
ever hear of that?
No, never heard of Happy Bottom.
Well, it's near Barnwell. You hear of that?
I have heard of that.
You don't get around much, do you, Mr. Henderson?
Henderson.
Whatever.
All right. Well, I guess not. And well, you know what? You do look real nice
Oh,
tonight.
thank you. I heard it was a banquet, and so I went to my French designer, and he whipped up this little outfit.
You have a French designer.
Yeah, but I'm overdressed, I think. His name is Jacques.
Jacques.
Jacques Pinet. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But his friends call him JC.
J.C. Penny. Okay, I got it. All right. Well, listen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on your head
Oh, dear.
so that we can get started.
Is it going to mess my hair up? I don't want to turn my do into a don't. Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
How's that feel?
It feels pretty good.
All right, good. Good.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
That's all right. You just need to relax. All right. Now, I'm just going to ask you some questions, and I want you to answer them as honestly as you can.
I certainly will. Because I believe honesty is the best policy.
That's good.
My husband Percy started that saying. He was the first one that ever said it that went worldwide. Honesty is the best policy.
Your husband started
He
that.
sure did. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Well, are you ready to get started?
I'm ready as can be.
All right. Well, let me turn it on back here.
Oh, is it going to hurt?
No. Boop. There we
Oh,
go.
okay. All right, that's
All right.
fine.
We're ready.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, first question. How long have you and Percy been married?
Oh, That's easy. I thought those were going to be hard questions. Me and Percy been married 20 years. 20 wonderful years. Oh dear, what did I do?
That's sorry, it's just our new machine we're checking out.
Oh. Well, Mr.
Henderson.
Whatever. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Well, then you know what it's like those first few years trying to adjust. Me and Percy, like everybody else, went through that period. But I'd say the last 15 have just been heaven on earth. Well, maybe not heaven. I think the last 10 ain't been so bad. Okay! I'm getting the hang of this. The honeymoon. The honeymoon was great.
All right, we're good. We're good. All right.
Oh, it's so hot in here.
Just relax, Miss Keisha. All right. All right. Well, tell me, do you have any children?
Do we have children? Does McDonald's have burgers? Does Carter have little liver pills? We got 6 children.
Wow, you've got just one more than Cleve?
That's right. You gonna try and catch me? We got 6 children, Cleve. 6 children. But you know what? We always wanted a large family. Oh, we got a large family. This thing sure works.
All right. Well, I imagine it's quite a job to have a family of 8. Now, I understand you're a Christian family, so you and Percy serve at church, and you understand the importance of being the same person at home as you are at church. So, tell me, what's the home atmosphere like around there with so many children?
Well, I mean, it's a lot of folks going on, and Mr.
Henderson.
Did you ever hear of that show called The Waltons?
Yeah, I always enjoyed that.
Yeah, well, we're a lot like The Waltons.
I see.
Okay, maybe we're a bit more like The Simpsons. Oh, shoot. Okay, it's like 8 is enough around there. All right. Like Planet of the Apes. It's really like Planet of the Apes. That's what it's really like. It is so hot in here. How many more in
Just relax, okay? All right. Not many more. Well, speaking of the home, harmony at home is really important.
Yes.
Children can be challenging, and consistency in living out our faith in practical ways is especially important between the husband and wife. We're probably more truthful with our spouse at home than anywhere else. So, in just a simple sentence, can you tell me how you and Percy get along?
Well, in a simple sentence, I do better with those. Mr.
Henderson?
Whatever. I would say Percy and me, like any other married couple, have problems like anybody else. And when we do, we just sit down and have a word of prayer. Okay, sometimes we skip the prayer, and we just discuss our problems loudly at times. Oh my goodness, this machine don't seem to distinguish between the beginning, the middle, and the end of a simple sentence, do it?
No, it doesn't. I'm sorry.
So,
well, it's just doing its job. We just relax, okay? All right. Now, we just have a few more questions. As a mother of 6, I'm sure you have some ideas on training of children. It's not an easy job, and discipline is a big part of that. What do you and Percy believe about the discipline of your children?
well, like our preacher says at church, we try to raise them in the fear and the admonition of the Lord. But we don't always succeed, and sometimes when they misbehave, we have to deal with it.
Okay. When they do wrong, when they disobey, what is your philosophy?
Philosophy?
Yeah. Do you have somebody that you listen to or you follow after?
Oh, yeah. Those Christian, what do you call them, all these people who tell you how to raise you?
Psychologists.
That's it. They said that children are born with a bent, certain ways, their personalities. Oh, the Keishans are really bent. They're twisted. And we try to deal with them in their bent.
I see. Okay. Well, if you follow a psychologist, then you must read a lot.
No, I can't read. I'm illegitimate. But I listen to Christian radio, and that's where I hear about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell me, when your children get out of line, do you do?
Well, we take them privately to the bedroom, and we have a little chat about their problems. Okay, sometimes we skip the chat, and we just pray with, all right, we beat the fire out of them. We didn't beat the fire out of them. Oh, it is so hot. How many of those questions you got?
Not too many.
Woo!
Just relax, you'll be fine.
Volunteer banquet and get drafted and embarrassed.
Okay, are you ready for another question?
I reckon I am.
All right. Well, we're honoring our volunteers here tonight. I'm sure you and Percy know how important it is to be faithful serving at your church.
We're faithful.
You are?
Well, we come Christmas and Easter, Creasters. Oh, and we also come when I sing a solo. Oh, that's faithful. That's faithful.
Ugh. Are you still warm?
It's very warm in here, and I'm so nervous.
Well, you know what? I noticed you mispronounced my name several times.
I'm so sorry, Mr.
Are there
Minister.
any learning disabilities in your family history?
What? History? Learning?
In your history?
Don't know much about history.
Okay, not that kind of history. Okay. Are there any medical problems in your family background that would impair learning?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Uncle Elmo. He's a case. My Uncle Elmo is a mess. He's got problems. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Where do I begin? He can't sleep at night. What do you call that?
Insomniac.
He's an insomniac, and he don't ever go to church. And because he ain't sure there's a God. What I think you call that agnostic.
Yes.
Yeah, and in school, man, he's a mess in school. He'd get his letters backwards and his words backwards. What do you call that?
Dyslexia.
Dyslexia, had that too. Uncle Elmo, he had his problems.
Okay, so there really was learning disability in your history.
Oh, yeah.
So let me make sure I
He
got
came
this.
from the shallow end of the gene pool.
Okay.
That's not on the script. is it?
No, it's not.
It ain't fair. You got one, I ain't, you know. And I am
Moving
impaired.
right along.
All right.
Okay, let me make sure I got this right.
Okay, Uncle Elmo, is that
He's
what
an
it is?
insomniac
Yep.
who's an agnostic
Yep.
with dyslexia.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. You know what? One night, that poor man stayed up all night long just trying to figure out if there really was a dog. I can't tell
It's
him
a
any more
slow burn.
jokes.
All right.
If I tell them jokes now, they're going to disturb your sermon tomorrow.
All right, let me ask you another
All
question.
right, you ask what?
Speaking about your family and your spiritual times, what about the family quiet time together, your devotional time?
Well, now, cushion and quiet should never be in the same sentence. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you because I believe honesty is the best policy. So we don't have quiet time every night. That's the truth. We might miss a night or two, or 3 or 4. All right. Twice a week, maybe on the weekends, during the commercials, we'll have it. Now I'll lay me down to sleep real quick. That's quiet. Okay, sort of. Are you about through?
I'm just about
It is
through.
so hot in here.
You just relax, okay? All right. Folks, as you can see, our new machine really gets to the heart of matters. And so, Miss Cushion, I just want to thank you for your candor and your honesty.
Well, you're welcome. Oh, well, I was honest. Eventually I was. Mr. Henderstein, how do I get out of this contraption?
All right, I got it.
You may have just ruined a perfectly good marriage. Me and Percy came here to have a good... Where's Percy? Oh, no, he's left me. Oh, this is your fault. You and your blame machine. Percy,